Hello again there, everybody. This is going to be Jund League number 80. Changing things up between this list and last, I've continuously mentioned that I haven't liked Ren and 6 and Seasoned Pyromancer. I don't discount their power, but I just think that by far and large, every time that I've drawn them, I've just been disappointed with them. Even especially the case with Ren and 6 just doesn't really kill anything. And if you're using Ren and 6 for just the +1 mode, I don't really think that does enough. So since I can't play 5 Dark Confidant, which is kind of filling the slot of the Ren and 6, I'm playing the first copy of Ren and 6 because rules say I can't play 5. So here's 1 through 4, and then the honorary 5th Dark Confidant, which is Ren and 6. Not playing this season Pyromancers because, again, I just don't think they provide any significant boon to the strategy. When I'm looking for a card to do something, I want it to do one of 3 things typically, which is create a significant clock, create some amount of card advantage, or disrupt the opponent. Seasoned Pyromancer does really none of those 3. It does its impression of one of those 3 being card advantage only in specific situations, and that situation doesn't really come up a lot. That situation is your hand has to be empty in a mid-range or control battle. I mean, it can come up, but I think if it's only going to be excellent and in a very small percentage of the time, and then be just fine to not good every other time, I don't think it's good enough. I want my cards to at least be good half of the time, and then be hopefully better than good the other half of the time. But I mean, Seasoned Pyromancer is just hasn't impressed me, and I've tried it a lot, and it just isn't my butter. So my threats today are just the 4 Tarmogoyfs, the 4 Bobs, 2 copies of Kroxa, if it wants to enlarge. Come on. There we go. And 4 Bloodbraid Elf. And then the other, I guess, one-off cards that I don't usually play are Cling to Dust. There's been a boon in graveyard decks lately, lots of Dredge running around, and also has some utility versus stuff like Prowess and all the Eternal Witness decks out of Heliod. So I think Cling to Dust could be good as just as a one-of. I don't think it's going to compete too strongly with the Kroxa in terms of needing cards to escape. So I mean, there's only 3 total escape cards, so I should be fine. And I'm also playing a second copy of Terminate. Usually, this 2-mana removal slot is a mix between Abrupt Decay, Terminate, or Assassin's Trophy. I think of the 3, Assassin's Trophy is by far the weakest. And I think I usually try to avoid playing Trophy whenever possible, because giving your opponent a land is a pretty significant drawback, especially in the early to mid game and even sometimes the late game. So I really try to avoid the catch-all just because it's a catch-all. I try to avoid playing the catch-all because while it is a catch-all, the drawback is very significant. So I usually try to make a split of Abrupt Decay and Terminate. And I think the various Prowess decks and Heliod decks, Terminate catches pretty much everything, and Abrupt Decay misses on a good chunk of creatures that we would want it to kill. So I think Terminate is probably just good right now, with like the main contributing factor to this decision being Stormwing Entity, because Decay doesn't touch that, and also Bedlam Reveler. Bedlam Reveler less of a consideration, but there's also been a very large tick of Eldrazi Tron, and Terminate's going to be great versus Eldrazi Tron, whereas Abrupt Decay may not be. So let's just take a look at the modern metagame, which I was just talking about. We see Eldrazi Tron all the way up to 5, so that's another, like I mentioned, a reason why I think Terminate may be good right now. We've got regular Tron in at 4th, so like the 4th and 5th spots I definitely would like to avoid. But these top 3 here I don't mind seeing. Amulet Titan I think is a pretty good matchup. I think you will lose game 1 of like a large percentage of the time, but games 2 and 3 tend to be pretty good. And then all these control decks should be fine. Burn I think is a fine matchup. I would like to avoid the 5-color deck. I would like to avoid this 5-color Living End deck. And 4-color control might be iffy as well. Here we've got Jund sneaking in at 15. So as far as this top 15 is concerned, I would like to avoid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So it's a third of the field, at least again, as top 15. There's more after the top 15. But as far as top 15 is concerned, there are 5 I'm not super excited about. But all the other ones I expect to have a pretty fair game against. So let's just jump into the league and see what we can do. Where's your Phoenix list at? Send me a Phoenix list and I'll look at it. 5-color ley lines. Funny story about that deck. The Legacy ley lines deck, my brother ended up, when he wanted to get into Legacy, like 3 or 4, I think it must have been like 4 years ago, he built into ley lines because it was super, super cheap, and he already had the ley lines of the Voids, which was the most expensive card. Because the stupid land that's super expensive, it was only like $10 or $15 at the time, so like Leyline of the Void was just more expensive. I think Serra Sanctum, yeah. So he bought 4 Serra Sanctums and all of the ley lines and like all of the opalescences or whatever. He finished the deck for like $200 because he got the Serra Sanctums for like $60 total, all 4 of them. And then like the next week they shot up to 200 and he sold out. Hey, we won the die roll. We're already ahead. Yeah, we've got a keeper. They've revealed Luris. Surprise, surprise. Phoenix list isn't worth looking at, even though it 5-0'd. It's basically a modified prowess list with Phoenix and Chart of Course Haggle built in. So game 1 you're on Phoenixes, in game 2 and 3 you just side them out if they have grave hate. Yeah, Phoenix is a powerful card. If you can enable it, right? Prowess is the shell that I guess would be able to do it. Alright, so, it looks like it's the Aspiring Spike Sultai Control list. Most problematic cards here are Snapcaster, Archmage's Charm. These others are just 1-for-1s. So I'm just gonna take a one of the 2-for-1s between Snapcaster and Archmage's Charm. And I'll take Snapcaster first, and then next turn I'll probably just get Inquisition. Sorry, Thoughtseize, and take the Archmage's Charm. I may want to save the discard spells though for when I actually want to get a threat through, or we could just draw the threat now. Maybe I just don't take the Snapcaster because we do have the Cling, but it's probably just better to take it now because Cling could get countered, or like future Snapcasters are going to be good too. Hey Mark, thanks for the resub. Why am I not at the beach? For many reasons. Alright, so if I play Nurturing Peatland and tap it to play Tarmogoyf, we can't actually get drowned yet. So I think that's the play. If we were to fetch, we would add second card into the yard and then Drown can hit it. So I'll be sure to Thoughtseize before fetching. We can hold up the Cling as well, which will be nice. Flashing and an Ice Fang. Okay. No Death Touch on that yet. So they've got Thought Scour, Charm, Drown, Cling. Not taking Cling, not taking Thought Scour. Again, it's between Drown and Charm. Drown kills the Goyf, so maybe I just take that. Archmage's Charm is annoying, but I think I want to kill the. I want to take the thing that would kill my threat, so that would be Drown. Then I get to play a land, and they don't yet have Death Touch, so I get to attack. Next turn, maybe I can Kolaghan's Command to get out of the way. You're going to Florida next month with 4 kids. Wish you luck. Good luck. Be safe out there. As soon as I start streaming, my phone blows up. Cling, targeting your own drown. Sure. I could Cling in response to just deny them drawing a card. Is there any reason to do that? The best thing that my Cling is doing is denying a Snapcaster, but it can deny a Snapcaster later too. I think denying them the card here is actually probably just fine. Alright, and they played a forest, which we didn't know about. So we know next turn they'll be able to complete the snow. And if we could find an untapped land here, that'd be great. Let's get Stomping Ground, just to complete the Tron. We found a Bolt. Well, I think Kolaghan's Command is probably just better. They could have played Breeding Pool last turn, but I guess they're trying to get the snow permanents into play. So we actually just know their hand, right? They don't have a counter. So I guess I'll just Kolaghan's Command now. I can have them discard a card to shock their thing out of the way. Save the Bolt for later. You know, Thought Scour themselves, sure. Oh, Thought Scour me, sure. I guess they could be digging for a force here, but if they're going to force pitch Archmage's Charm, I think I'm pretty excited about that. Smack for 5, and if they find an answer to it, we've got Bloodbraid. As a follow-up, maybe a Bolt can go to face to finish them off if they kill my stuff. So they've got Charm, Breeding Pool, and another. And they can't actually Charm because they've only got 2 blue sources in play. They discarded Breeding Pool, by the way. Lurrus to hand. So their hand is Charm, Lurrus. Push. Alright, that can deal with the Lurrus if we want to continue going face with the burn spells. Which it looks like we might want to do. Unfortunately, I don't actually have a play here other than attack and pass. Untapped land there would have been very good, but we didn't hit it. Alright, let's hit attack for 5. Lurrus. Yep. Yep. So, again, they're passing with just an island up. I could sacrifice the peatland in order to enable the revolt on the push, but that puts me at not being able to cast Bloodbraid if I hit the land. I could just attack with the Tarmogoyf. They're kind of forced to block as is. Alternatively, I could just untap. I could also just bolt the Lurrus now, because if I find an untapped land, they just died from the attacks anyway. So let's just bolt this. This means I won't have it to go to face, but this seems fine. Because if I hit a land, they're more than likely just dead anyway. That also works. And then I could wait to do it on the opponent's turn, so if they're going to cast Force of Negation, they would have to do it with using their turn's worth of mana, but then I get opened up to Mana Leak and Logic Knot. I should probably just do it now. They could Force now if their counterspell is exactly Force, but then they also have to pitch Archmage's Charm, and that just feels like I'm ahead. Alright, so Sultai. They're on a Lurrus plan. They do have some amount of fetching. Maybe Ashiok is good. I think I actually like the Plague Engineers because Icefang Quaddle can be such a blowout. So let's bring in the Plague Engineers, maybe the Ashioks, definitely the Spell Bombs. Don't think I want these. So now it's a matter of, is there something that Ashiok will be better than? I like cutting the Thoughtseizes before the Inquisitions because they take pretty much everything in the deck, right? They're companioning Lurrus. I guess it doesn't take Cryptic Command, so maybe that would be a reason to have the Thoughtseizes instead. Fairly certain they're playing Cryptic, so let's maybe cut 2 Inquisitions. Liliana seems weaker versus the Lurrus and Ice Fang plans, so maybe I just cut those. We've got Ashiok to kind of slot into that role. And then maybe I cut a push as well. Bolt kills just about everything in their deck. I guess not Tarmogoyf. So that would be a reason to maybe cut a Bolt first. Bolt will more easily kill the Lurrus, but I think it's more likely we need to kill a Goyf first. The Kling looks good here. Cut the last Red and 6 River. It can kill Snapcaster and Ice Fang Quaddle, so this is a matchup where it actually seems like it could be okay. Because Ice Fang is going to be a problem if we don't have the Plague Engineer. I really don't want to have to use a removal spell on Ice Fang, and then killing a Snapcaster could be fine too. Let's give this a run. I think this is a mulligan. The hand just does way too little. 2 spells, 5 lands, not gonna cut it. And this is better. This hand's a lot better. Let's probably just bottom the Bolt. I could see Cling to Dust being very useful. Turn 2 Bob's gonna be fine. We've got Plague Engineer for the snakes. Yeah, let's ditch the Bolt. You wanna play 4 mana Gideon again? Yeah, that's a white card. What are you talking about? Another Bob. That's good. Let's just get this down tapped. Save some life. So I'll Bob here. Can't get Clinged yet. They could obviously just counter it any other way. But if this gets to trigger, I'll be very happy. Wow, is our Bob actually triggering? That feels good. Lands, please. Not quite. I could attack and just trade and then play another Bob, but I mean, I've got the Plague Engineer, which is the reason why I've got the Engineer in the deck. So it feels bad not hitting. They've got Archmage's Charm available right now. I think what I'm gonna do is probably just play a second Dark Confidant. Start trying to hit those lands. I could play Goyf. I mean, they didn't have a push or anything like that, so maybe it is better to just play the Goyf. It punches through Ice Fang a little bit better. Let's do that. I'm assuming that this Dark Confidant is going to get to live another cycle. I guess floating the black in case they draw push. I guess they found it. I think they must have just found it, right? They'd never let this live a turn if they could avoid it. Goyf, yep. Untapped land here would be huge. I really want to kill these snakes for free. Come on, untapped land, please. Pithing Needle, okay. Maybe a name Renin-Sex with that? Renin-Sex isn't even that good on this board. Huh, we took the Liliana's out. Also, Liliana just not good on this board, so I don't quite understand that. Untapped land, please. Damn it. Alright, Bob, go. I mean, yeah, if we had untapped land in our top 5 cards, this would have been very good. We just didn't have it in our top 5 because again, we've seen an extra card already. That would have been a real good window to hit it. Land, please. Alright, well, now they've got Archmage's Charm available again, which is unfortunate. I don't know that I have much time to wait, though. I guess I could just go to the opponent's turn and try to fight at instant speed. If I can kill one of these, their clock isn't that significant. But, like, if the modes on this would be, like, discard a card, kill one of these, and one of these would just die to the engineer anyway, so that kind of feels like wasting it. But it's such a huge tempo loss at this point to just play the engineer and have it get countered that now I think I have to just pass. I could maybe attack and then shoot this with Kolaghan's Command, but if they don't block, it's just bad for me. And they're probably just not going to block because I'm under more pressure than they are. And I don't want to get basic forced if I can avoid it because that doesn't escape Kroxa. But I've got so many threats that maybe Kroxa just doesn't really matter right here. I think I'm going to have to get Forest and Kolaghan's Command. Getting Forest also means I can't Ashiok. Is there a chance that just getting another basic Swamp is correct? I could see that. You've got lots of black spells. You're saying that they only have Drown? Well, if they only have Drown, I could just play Engineer, but I'm fairly certain they play Archmage's Charm as well. In fact, didn't we see one last game? Pretty sure they played Archmage's Charm last game. Don't know. I mean, if this resolves, we're very ahead. Let's go for it. Please, no Archmage's Charm. No, yeah, they've got it. Brutal. No, they wouldn't necessarily have drawn 2 cards. They had stuff to do. They've used their mana every turn. It's not like they've just let a turn pass. They easily have the charm there, which is why I was so heavily considering just using the Kolaghan's Command. And in reality, we just needed to hit the lands on our first 5 cards. Alright, so we needed the land, we didn't hit it, oh well. Do I want Brutality as a way to maybe kill a snake? It also takes like all the instants and sorceries in their hand. Don't think it's better than just what we have going. I'm just going to resubmit and hope to hit our land on time. Never listen to Twitch chat? I guess you're right. This hand's good. Lots of threats. Including 2 of our best ones. Let's get, I guess, Stomping Ground, and then next 2 sources will be some mix of Blood Crypt, Overgrown Tomb. Getting Stunbreon first makes Blackleaf Cliffs the best potential draw. Alright, well, I guess we'll just play the Swamp because they know about it. Kolaghan's Command I think gives us a better chance to win because it at least lets us resolve a spell, whereas literally if we cast anything at sorcery speed, we're just falling farther behind to any counter. Alright, so they could have an Icefang Quaddle to just throw this in front, so I'll be sure to play the land first. So now when I attack, if they flash in an Icefang, I can at least shoot the I can at least shoot whatever flash creature they have. Alright, and then now since they haven't had a flash creature, I'll just play another threat. Maybe it should be Dark Confidant because, again, something could very easily get shot down. But I've got so much action already that I think it's probably just better to try to continue pressing the advantage. And I'm not going to fetch first because if they do have the drown, that would give them the next card to enable it. Sure. Alright, well, our Dark Confidence is going to continue to trigger here, which is pretty excellent. Unfortunately, we aren't playing Liliana at the moment, but any way to kill this would be great. We could just shock going to 12, play a Bloodbraid. What I could do is I could attack, play Spellbomb, pop Spellbomb. That doesn't actually just take a type out though, right? So I think I'm just gonna shock, play Bloodbraid, see what we can hit. Bloodbraid can actually attack here. Ooh, another Bob, yes please. Tarmogoyf does not have an attack, but Bloodbraid does. Goyf just a 2-3 at this moment. I would say this is going pretty well. They don't have any like burn spells to reach over with, so I feel pretty safe. We also got 2 of the 4s already out of the deck. I don't know that they play sweepers, but I guess that would be something I'm theoretically worried about. Yeah, I'm just going to keep on drawing a crap ton of extra cards. This feels good. Push, that's good. And then in the event they've got a drown in the lock, I could cast my Spellbomb first, so that way if they try to drown my push, I could Spellbomb myself. I would like to play all of my lands that are tapped sooner rather than later, so that way drawing all these extra cards, I have the mana to cast them all. So I'm just trying to think which land I want to play here. I do think I want to play at least a land, so if they've got Mana Leak, I can play around that. So I guess I should just probably play the Mire. Let's go for the push. They're hard casting a Force, even though they could otherwise cast it. Interesting. Sure. So Goyf's 3-4 now. So now I can attack with the Goyf because I could use the Spell Bomb to shrink the Goyf. So I guess I have an attack with Bloodbraid as well. I really don't mind trading Tarmogoyfs here. Actually, I don't have an attack here, right? Because we would add creature and then artifact would just make it 3 types again. I guess I could Spellbomb again as a way to kill the Goyf, because that's something I'm interested in. They hardcast they didn't hardcast the Force here, so that tells me they probably have something else to do with their time. So I think I'm just going to attack with the Tarmogoyf maybe as a kind of a bluff. Alright, and since they've made the block, I do think I'm popping the Spell Bomb. I'm so ahead on board that I think trait 1-for-1 trades are something I'm interested in. Another Goyf's a good draw. Do I just go for it? And I'm so far ahead, I probably just should. Again, I don't think they're playing sweepers. I could just do the safe play, which is a Spell Bomb. But I think I should really just try to apply the maximum pressure here. Let's get other basic Swamp. And I expect this to get countered. Drown this, sure. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good here. They've got triple blue now for Cryptic and Archmage's Charm. But I mean, I'm drawing a bunch of cards. I get to just continue attacking all. They're really on the back foot here. I think I just start with an attack all. I'll have to be at least a little careful, but I should be fine. Cryptic, yep. Tap and draw. Is this a window to use Kolaghan's command? I don't think so. I think I just let this resolve. And then I could cast Bloodbraid now in the second main. It feels a little weird to do that though. I think I'm just gonna play Spellbomb, play a land, and then I think I do want to probably try to kill one of my own Dark Confidants at my opponent's end step. So let's play that, and just say go. And the next turn I can Kolaghan's commands. I can maybe shoot one of these in some other mode, and then if for whatever reason they counter it, I can then try to push my own thing. If I am planning on buying a creature back, I have to respond to this. I don't think that I am, though. I'm probably just going to have the opponent discard. So this seems fine. Interesting they tapped their swamp for that. Alright, so let's shock our own Bob and have them discard a card. You'll discard, shock a Bob. Yeah, I'm not killing this other Bob yet. My expected I was gonna say my expected value of life loss is like about 1.5. So these are fairly unlucky hits, but still good draws. I guess I'll lead Bloodbraid. Yeah, let's lead Bloodbraid. They could have another Cryptic. These Bobs are actually putting me in danger, which is kind of scary. Double Bob will do that every once in a while. Inquisition's a fine hit. Drown, killing my thing. Okay, I still get to Inquisition you, right? It's a snake. All right, well hopefully the Inquisitor they draw something I get to actually take. I do, okay. So I get to attack for 5 here. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to have to push my own Bob, which means I'm going to 1, but I've got lots of removal spells to kill the Ice Fang on the next trip around. So I should still be okay here. I had 2 pretty painful Bobs, but I mean, I still think I'm okay here. And I do think I want to use the push. Because then I can also activate Spell Bomb. I don't think they're going to block here, because I think they're hoping that my Bob kills me. We know that won't be the case, though. Oh, they are blocking. That feels like it's got to be good for me. They don't have any burn spells except maybe Collective Brutality, but I doubt they're boarding in things like Collective Brutality. And then maybe I should just do it now, because if they draw a counter, I could put myself in a sticky situation. And then I'll Spellbomb them now. I don't want them finding something like a Snapcaster and making this awkward. Alright. I mean, I'm feeling pretty ahead from this moment. They do still have Lurrus, but their yard is empty. Goyf. Sure. They can also put Lurrus to hand if they want. I guess they're not. Strange. Alright, well, I get to Bloodbraid here, and then Maelstrom Pulse this. I guess if I hit a Tarmogoyf, I'm not actually going to want to Pulse anymore, so that would maybe be a reason to Pulse first. But if I Bloodbraid and hit a removal spell, that would have been a reason to hold. I mean, what's more likely? I have 2 Tarmogoyfs already gone. It's probably worth it to just do this first. This, I think, only bites me if I hit, like, copy number 3 or 4 of Tarmogoyf. It's a fine hit. So, do I want to use Maelstrom Pulse or Terminate? I guess probably still the Pulse. It's unlikely that they have 2 of the same thing at this stage in this game. And this one just costs more mana and is a sorcery. I guess they're going to, like, dig for a Drown in the Loch here. Which would be annoying. I guess Drown doesn't actually counter anything if they're targeting me. I guess a Snake could be a potentially dangerous draw because they can attack me to 1. Don't really think that's likely, though. I mean, as long as they don't have some way to deal 2 direct damage or haste damage in Sultai, I think I'm okay. Famous last words. Here comes the Lurrus. We can terminate that. 3-2 with lifelink. Yep. I mean, they're actually just dead here, right? If Bloodbraid hits a burn spell, then they do just die, right? I have 7 mana, not counting this fetch, which can get basic forest. I can cast Bloodbraid. And then if we hit any removal spell, we can attack for 6, then Kolaghan's Command does the last. So I should play the Verdant first in the event that we hit a Fatal Push, right? We hit Plague Engineer. Well, I guess I'm going to cast it. Name, probably just Snake. I guess Human as a Snapcaster consideration is another viable choice. And then we can't actually kill them here. They're just going to get to block. So I guess I should now just use this Terminate. I guess maybe Kolaghan's Command is safer because we could have the opponent discard a card as well. But, I mean, Kolaghan's Command is something we could use in response to a Cryptic Command to tap the team to finish the opponent off. So I think Terminate is probably just better used here. Alright, so short of Collective Brutality, I think we're good here. I don't know why minusing would be relevant, but I'll do it anyway. Maybe they can, like, unearth their Lurrus. That would be a reason, I suppose. Sure. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I used pretty much every card that the Dark Confidants drew me to win there, including cards that let me kill my Bobs so they didn't kill me. I mean, I think the average that I took from those Bobs there was like 3. I revealed, I think, like 2 or 3 drops. I revealed a Bloodbraid, and I revealed like 1 land. I don't remember the exact number. I have to calculate it every time for each iteration, but like including lands, the average converted mana cost in the deck is like just over 1. So like statistically, you would expect to lose like 1 1/4, 1.5 life every trigger. So I mean, we just got a little bit of the high end of the spectrum on that, which was a little unlucky. Hopefully, with the Bobs, maybe would have been able to go for a little longer, but they still did plenty fine. But Spike said this is the best deck. I haven't heard him say that. I thought that he thought the Jeskai deck with the Lotus Field was good. Alright, well I can't keep this, obviously. This I can. Bottom second tap land. I wonder if it's Prowess. Ancestral Vision. I guess it's not Prowess. I guess it could still be Prowess, but it's less likely. I wonder if this is the taking turns as foretold deck. Alright, so definitely playing a thing here. I guess either creature gets bolted at this stage, so the highest upside is going to come from the Bob. But I do have multiple Tarmogoyfs, so maybe because the Bob is so good, I should lead on something less important. If they're playing the As Foretold deck, then maybe they don't even play Bolt in the main, in which case Dark Confidant's probably going to be better. But if they're playing just like a blue-red X control deck, they're probably playing Bolt or Is It Charm or something. I'll play Goyf here, but I think Dark Confidant has the highest upside. Maybe I should actually just play the Bob, and I think I will. This is why. I've got Liliana's to follow up, so like I've got Haymaker after Haymaker that they absolutely have to answer. If I didn't have Liliana's to follow up with, I think I'm not playing the Bob here. But given that I do have Liliana's to follow up with, I'm gonna shock a Black Source and then play the Bob. Because again, either whatever I do gets bolted here, so it doesn't matter if this is the only turn I have to resolve a 2-drop, and they both die to the same thing. Opt doesn't really give much away. Well, if they're going to answer the Bob, it's got to be on their own turn, which might give us a window to stick the Liliana. So, I mean, it's looking like the Bob is paying off a little bit. Ancestral Vision is scary, though. That still doesn't give much away. They fetched for a Steam Vent, so maybe no Blood Moon. I would assume they get Island if they had it. Alright, I think I'm going to attempt to stick a Liliana. I think if they had the Bolt, they probably would have done it on their own, on the end step. So, I mean, they could still have 2 mana counters up, which would be unfortunate. I'll Liliana here, and then depending on what happens, we could just go Goyf next turn. And Goyf against Blue-Red is probably our best creature. Oh, let me not yield. I was like, this is getting countered. Let me just yield because it's getting countered anyway. But if it resolves, I do think I want to plus. Probably just ditch the other Liliana. Are they digging for a force of negation? That's kind of aggressive. If they force it now, I'm just kind of happy, to be honest. I guess they've got visions coming up, which is going to help them reload. Pitching a remand, sure. Why didn't they just remand it? That's strange. So they wanted to pitch remand to force instead of just casting force? I don't get it. Oh, so it is Aspertold. Alright, so my guess was correct. I'm assuming this is like the taking turns deck. Visions isn't super popular. Oh yeah, they've got the combo. Alright, so I get to keep one card here. I guess I'm gonna keep a clock. Alright, we drew another clock. That's good. They didn't have the Gargaroth to nuke all of the lands with, so that's good. So they've got a Visions popping off now. So they're going to go up to 5 cards and have an Aspertold working. That feels pretty bad. Gonna have to get a little lucky to dodge Haymakers. Target me, target me. Didn't do anything? I guess let's lead on an attack. It'll be bad if they've got another Restore Balance, but I do think I want to play other Tarmogoyf. That's a whole ass counterspell. If they've got the Remand, I think I want to cast Goyf first, so that they actually try to use it. Because like if they've got an Archmage's Charm, they might if they've got Archmage's Charm and a Remand, they might just remand it with the assumption that I can't recast it. Okay, so successfully baited, I think. And then I'm gonna hope for not another Restore Balance. Yeah, these are 5s apiece, so I mean, if I can connect the turn coming up, any burn spell will do it. Also, any Bloodbraid if they can't deal with the haste creature. So Bloodbraid becomes excellent. Bolt obviously good. Kolaghan's Command good. Even if we hit a land, we can activate Ravine. But if they balance, we have to sack a land, so not really the case. Alright, looks like they're digging for it. So we're really hoping to avoid a Restore Balance. Restore Balance would put us basically back to square zero. They can only cast one thing for free, so it has to be the Restore Balance. They drew 6 cards with it, so they bottomed their actual entire hand. No Restore Balance. Okay. That's still bad. I guess even untapped land here would be good because we can activate Ravine. Even Ravine trades with the Rhino. Big draw step. Inquisition. This is a Restore Balance kind of combo deck. They have like Elder Gargaroth to sack all of their lands so that way they get to kill all of my own lands too. Definitely going to cast this. It's not excellent, but it's castable. So if they've got another As Foretold, maybe I take that because that would grow Tarmogoyfs. We don't yet have enchantment in the yard. We've all the usuals plus Planeswalker, instant creature, land, sorcery. I wonder if they're thinking about forcing this. And then, do I actually want to attack? If I attack all, they get to double block one. We hit them down to 7. Then for another turn, they get to chump. I think I kind of have to attack. I've got to push through these somehow. Next turn, if we hit a land again, we could also activate Ravine. It's going to be a close one. If they find a way to remove the Goyfs, which would pretty much only be restore balance, it's going to get much harder. Sure, I guess I can replay that. They've got Crashing Footfalls for more 4/4s, a Finale, and an Electro Dominance. Alright, well, Electro Dominance actually doesn't matter. The Finale can target Footfalls and an Opt. I think I just have to take the Finale then, right? Because Finale is a Footfalls plus something else, so I think I just have to take the Finale. And their hand is quite good. Electro Dominance is going to allow them to cast Footfalls at instant speed, but they've already cast something for free right now. So if I attack with this, they just double block. It doesn't look like I can attack. I may need to wait for a removal spell to break a double block. They're green, so they have to attack. I mean, I don't think an attack looks good here, because if I attack, they're going to double block, then the Footfalls again, then it's 1 Goyf versus 3 Rhinos. Funny thing is, if they find another Restore Balance, they've got creatures, so it wouldn't actually kill Goyfs anymore. Their hand's kind of nutty. They've also still got Brazen Borrower, which is probably how they're going to end up winning with the stalemate on the ground. What are my best case draws here? I think obviously Maelstrom Pulse would be good. They might just not cast this off of the As Foretold, so that way they can cast at an instant speed to play around something like a Pulse. Alright, they're just doing it. I guess this is a, they can still Fireball at instant speed right now for 2. Which means that if I block, they can Electro Dominance to kill a Goyf. But I mean, I can't just take the hit, I don't think. Yeah, I guess their plan is just flash in a Borrower, attack all. I can activate the Ravine now, but I don't think that's going to be a play that, like, that's me winning. I think I've got to hopefully hit my Pulse sooner rather than later. I guess if I find a Liliana, I'll want double black. Pulse, please. There's one on the deck. Not good. This opponent's a little slow. I mean, I'm usually the slow one. Yep, that was expected. Does an attack all look good from their perspective? I guess an attack all doesn't look good if I've found the removal spell. Alright, well, we don't have Revolt. I guess we're just passing again. I can't Thoughtseize or else their attack looks really good. Because, again, they could just shock me, put me down to 7, and then an attack all could be really good. Yeah, I definitely can't attack. Maybe they like try to go for lethal here. I go block, block, push, take 7 down to 4. They can. I guess if they find the land, they could just fireball me down to lethal. What is this? Lecture for 3. Pitching, what? Nothing? Just a fireball. Alright, well, I mean, if they attack all, I can go block, block, push. I go to 1. So, I mean, if they go for it and don't have anything else, maybe I can somehow get there. Pretty good I didn't cast the Thoughtseize, or else that wouldn't be possible. So yeah, I'm hoping they just go for it. If they wait one more turn and just attack me down to 5, then I don't think it works unless I hit more removal. Narset for free. I don't know why they would cast that like that. Because now if they hit like if they hit one of their free spells, like Footfalls, they don't have the mana to cast it. I guess if they draw another Electro Dominance off of this, they want to fireball me. Alright, they just found the bolt. I guess that works. Let's see how they attack, though. If they attack all, I just die no matter what. Alright, yeah, I'm just dead. Because I block, block, push, take 7, they bolt me. Alrighty. Do they have anything graveyard related? Not really, right? It's just the enchantment is good. Damping Sphere can maybe slow down the Electro Dominance nut draws, but even then, it doesn't seem good enough. I think I definitely want Brutality. Wildfire doesn't seem good. I guess if they're playing Blood Moon, this would be a way to get out from under it. But they aren't playing fetches. They're playing a lot of those like flip islands or mountains. So I don't think they're playing the moon. Is Ashiok good for any reason? I guess they do actually play some graveyard stuff, right? We saw that they're playing Finale. So I think maybe the Graveyard 8 might be okay. I don't know that I want 5 graveyard pieces for just Finale. But I mean, it might just be better than something else. Bolt kills, I guess, only the 3/1 flyer. Renin 6 kills the 3/1 flyer, but that's it. That doesn't seem good. Maybe Renin 6 is okay, because if the opponent does the restore balance plan and we've got the Renin 6 in play, maybe we can get some of our lands back that way. It's not great. Definitely going to cut Kolaghan's commands. They don't really kill anything. I think I'm going to cut at least a push. Probably a bolt as well. Push can kill the rhinos to break a double block, whereas bolt has a harder time doing that. I think maybe Terminate just for sure coming out. If the opponent does actually get an Elder Gargaroth into play, though, Terminate is one of my only good ways to actually compete with that. Maybe I keep 1. I guess Liliana does it as well, but if they come off with Suspend, they come off with Haste. I think let's just not play the Ashioks. I don't think they've got enough graveyard stuff going. We still have 3 Spell Bombs and a Cling to Dust to combat it. Yeah, let's do this. Wilsow08, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Let's go first. Yeah, this is a keeper probably. We don't have a quick threat like a Goif or a Bob, which makes me a little nervous. But we've got the Liliana for turn 3 if we can get it through a Remand. You think they were playing around Abrupt Decay? I mean, Abrupt Decay in that specific spot does pretty much the same as any other removal spell, right? You're talking about maybe because of hitting the free spell enabler, the Aspertold? That could make some sense. But like, if I had the Decay, I would have just decayed it already. So I think from their side, it's pretty clear I don't have it. Because I'd have just done it on my turn. I wouldn't have let them untap to get another spell for free. Especially knowing they've got all those suspend things they're trying to cheat out. Alright, so I've got Liliana, so this is probably Overgrown Tomb here. If they cast a cantrip, I'll probably just cycle the Cling now. Right, so best case we draw like a Bob here. Even a red and 6 would be good. Not quite. Can't really cast that. I guess I can cast the Kroxa, which will at least in theory give me something to cling if I need to hit a land next turn. I guess while the opponent is in the tank, I could thank everyone for coming out today. Got a pretty decent crowd. Always encouraging. And if you're new here, you should definitely check out my YouTube channel if this is the kind of content that you like. This is Jund League number 80. Which means there are already 79 other Jund Leagues uploaded to my YouTube channel. And some extras like Jund Shadow, a couple Stoneblade piles. But primarily I stream/record Jund, because that's my favorite. Land would be a good hit here. Thank you. I really don't think I'm playing around Blood Moon here. We haven't even seen a basic island out of them, or a fetch land, so I don't think they're playing Blood Moon. So I guess Stomping Ground here. Maybe there's actually a real reason to get basics, but I don't want to get basic Swamp, because that doesn't really do a good job at helping me escape Kroxa. So yeah, let's just get the Stomping Ground, I think. Play the Liliana, and this could very easily get remanded. Just gonna hope that it doesn't. I mean, I'm not really doing anything else with my mana this turn, so. And then if it resolves, I'm ditching either Cling or Bolt. I think I probably just ditch the Bolt. Cling being a redraw might be better than just a Bolt. Like, Bolt doesn't actually kill anything here. I guess we saw they're playing Narset, so maybe a Bolt can go after a Narset to deny them the second activation. We're not really drawing multiple cards a turn. I guess Cling is the exception. Can't really imagine this is resolving, though. Probably getting forced or remanded. Yeah. Please no Aspertold, I guess. They do play fetches. Maybe I just don't remember them playing a fetch, but I don't remember them playing a fetch last game. and before Blood Moon. They had it. Brutal. Cast Ancestral Recall. Yep. Untapped land, please. I have to start clocking them here. Well, that's probably better than just casting a Liliana here. I'll leave up Bolt and Cling off of the black-red source. Like, casting Liliana into a 7-card hand just doesn't seem great. I think I need to start applying pressure. Don't think I'm very likely to win this, unfortunately. This As Foretold is going to do a lot. And I'm gonna leave up the Cling here because again they could be playing the finale to target instant or sorcery. They can like try to opt in visions here, and if that happens, I'll Cling the vision. They bottom with the Scry. Yep. Do I want to cycle this Cling anyway? Just try to hit that 4th land? Probably just should. If they've got the finale, it's gonna make it look bad. But hitting 4th land here feels like it's got to be really important. We don't outsize the Rhinos with the Blood Braids, but maybe we can start hitting more pressure or more ways to interact. And then like at this point, I do think I'm behind, so I think in general I'm gonna have to take the more risky lines with higher upside. And then I'll Cling this because I'm more afraid of 4/4s at this point than just like a draw 3. We do hit the land. Brutality is interesting. I can't quite Kroxa yet. If I Brutality now, maybe I can clear the way for Kroxa next turn, but I feel like Bloodbraid is still probably going to be the stronger play. I need to find more action as opposed to sneaking through 1 or 2 specific things. Then I'm going to hope to hit like another Goyf. Even a Fatal Push would be fine. Liliana would be fine. Alright. So we can now attack with the Tarmogoyf if we want. This doesn't alter timing restrictions, so they can't like flash in another Stampede. So if I attack here, that enables the opponent to attack for 4 back. I don't think I can afford that. Maybe I can, because like maybe next turn I can Liliana to Edict that out of the way. I did mention I have to take higher risk lines now that I'm so far behind. Like the more time I give the opponent, I think the farther behind I fall. And I'm already pretty far behind. Are they gonna like Electro Dominance this to finish it off? That's what would make sense to me. They just blocked and didn't take it? Oh, they've got Restore Balance. That's what this means, right? They just have the Sweeper. I guess they're not casting a sweeper yet. They got another vision. Alright, well, they've already cast their free spell here. I guess they could Electro Dominance. They could Electro Dominance coming up just to flash in some blockers. But they did an Electro Dominance last turn. Inquisition is interesting, but again, I think I have to take the higher risk line of try to actually win here. Which would mean I'm Bloodbraiding. If I Bloodbraid and it works out, we're attacking for 11, which means next turn they're kind of in range. Maybe I go after the Narset here. I think, again, I just have to go at them. This is weaker to another Restore Balance, but I think if they had the Restore Balance, they would have done it. Wait, Liliana? Sure. I guess if they have Bolt, this would be their window to do it. So if they don't do it now, then it's unlikely they have it. I'll just go at them and see what happens. So if I attack these at Narset, hit them for 5, this would put them down to 13. And then assuming we get to connect next turn as well, it's another 11, which means Bolt kills them. So I think I am killing the Narset because I think they're digging for a Restore Balance and they haven't hit it yet. Because, like, if I go all at them now, this puts them down to 7, which isn't really in range. I guess they would have to do something with my creatures next turn, but if they hit the Restore Balance, I don't think I can have a realistic chance at winning anymore. So I think I'm going to try to attack 2 here, and then go at them with this. This plays around them having a Lightning Bolt to save the Narset. If they Electro Dominance into another Crashing Footfalls, like, they were always going to just murder me anyway. And then saving the Liliana here, because if they do have access to that play, I can then Edict at least one of the Rhinos after the fact. Alright, well, I guess if they've got the Footfalls, get got. Like I said, I think I do have to take the higher risk lines. Geez, they have the Restore. Alright, so I guess they weren't digging for it, they just had it. They'll discard a card, funny enough. I do have Kroxa as a potential follow-up threat. And then I guess I can still plus the Liliana and then discard other Liliana. If they find a Crashing Footfalls, maybe I need other Liliana to Edict the second Rhino. So maybe I just discard the Bolt. Yeah, let's just discard the Bolt. Discarded another Electro. They're pretty short on time. They do have to find a way to win. They've been playing pretty slowly, clearly. I mean, I think they should probably be able to find it. They've got another Ancestral Vision at least for free. They've got another set in play. They just need another Crashing Footfalls sooner or later. There it is. So, I mean, they discarded an Electro Dominance. Maybe they have to main phase it, and then if that's the case, maybe I can Edict into Edict. I can even Inquisition to try to ensure that it gets through. And I can cast Inquisition before activating Liliana, so that way if they've got the Electro Dominance, it forces them to do it first, and then I can Edict into Edict. They're gonna have to find a third copy of Footfalls to be able to kill me in time. I guess Remand would put me in a sticky situation. Oh, they're gonna shoot the Liliana so I can't Edict? That would be smart. They're just going at me. Interesting. Yeah, this is weird. They should have gone at the Liliana so I can't Edict. They've got Restore Balance, another Footfalls, and a Narset. Alright, well, let's take the other Footfalls. Because that's the card that actually kills me, right? You've never seen this archetype before? It was popular a few months ago. Alright, so gonna keep the new one. Edict the other Rhino. I don't think this matchup is typically very good. Because they play like a bunch of really good cantrips main, like Ancestral Vision. And then they just also have a bunch of multi for ones ingrained in the deck. So we've already dealt with 3 copies of Crashing Footfalls. I think they're going to need the 4th one to try to win here. They can other Narset to dig for it, of course. Sexy John, raiding with the party of 23. Welcome, everybody. For those who don't know who are already here, Sexy Jund, as the name would imply, is another Jund streamer. So if you like Jund, definitely give them a visit. I'm glad you appreciate the style. I appreciate your style as well. As their name would imply, is a hot tub streamer. Wow. Alright, well, we won. They're gonna have to win the next game in 1 minute and 12 seconds. I don't think I'm making any changes. Maybe I bring in the push. Like, we saw that, like, their only actual good way to win was with the Crashing Footfalls. I'm assuming they're also playing Elder Gargaroth to combo with the Restore Balance to also kill all of the lands while leaving the As Foretold in play, but we haven't seen that. I think maybe I'm just going to keep the 2-2 split, because Bolt does have some utility. We saw that they have that 3-1 flyer that can be annoying, and like we can also kill Narsets, which they're playing multiples of. You would bring in Terminate and Push. They have 1 minute. My only job is to keep Rhinos. Yeah, that's fair. Like maybe in like in a full length game, I play what I'm playing, but since they're on such a time crunch, it may be worth it. Oh, I mean, or that can happen. Sure. Wow. I'm so proud of my girlfriend right now. She's at Walmart and she found Dragon Shields in the wrong spot. So she just bought 2 boxes of Dragon Shields for $2 a piece. That trains her well. Yeah, they knew their fate, right? So yeah, I think if that matchup goes to completion, we probably lose. But I mean, if the opponent wants to time out, that's a-okay with me. Sand is kind of awkward, but I'm not going to mulligan 2 lands and good spells. I'll probably just go Peatland Thoughtseize here. They mulligan to 5. Definitely going to go Peatland into Thoughtseize here. Hopefully it's not Tron. But if it is, it's Eldrazi Tron. So they've got Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, Matter Reshaper, Reality Smasher, Thoughtnaut. I think I'm taking Reshaper here. Liliana can kill one of the other 2. And I think Matter Reshaper is just the card that I most often lose to out of this deck. I'm going to hope they don't spike the Tron land. And in the event they don't spike the Tron land, or I guess the Temple as well, Matter Reshaper is also the thing they could just get to cast the earliest. It's a good hit, but I'm going to hope to find another land. There's the mine. We didn't hit it. Alright, well, we get to play Bob here, which is also just going to be good, hopefully. This thing is fragile to, like, Dismember and Walking Ballista, but if they've got it, they've got it. Yeah, there's the Dismember. Not going to not play the creature. Well, they didn't rip the Tron, or at least not the right one. Brutal. So any land lets them Thought-Knot, at least then... Oh, they ripped the Tron? I'll say any land lets them Thought-Knot, but we've got backup Liliana to break it up. Unfortunately, they drew the perfects, though. Oh, okay. So you're telling me I was never winning. Alright. I don't like the Damping Spheres versus Eldrazi Tron, but I do like the Wildfires, because they, at a minimum, can kill things like Blast Zone, too. Engineers will trade with pretty much anything. Don't think I'm Ashiok-ing. Renin 6 does nothing. I think I'm cutting an Inquisition, for sure. Kling does nothing. Against the Walking Ballista deck, I like cutting a Bob. And I think that's about all that I'm excited to take out. Their 3 draws were random Tron land, random. Yeah, they finished they hit random Tron land and then completed the Tron and then had Ugin already. If I hit the land on time and could cast Liliana there to pressure their hand and they don't get lucky and hit the Tron, then I think we've got a good shot. But that involved us getting unlucky and them getting lucky, and it happened. Glad I have 2 Terminates versus Eldrazi Tron. Let's just cut another Inquisition. These are going to be such bad draws mid to late game. Let's just do this. Kolaghan's Command is excellent in this matchup. It's one of my best cards. Because it's really good versus all of the Karn packages. Like, you need it to kill Ensnaring Bridge and just all of the random junk that they get off of it. Keep. Need a green source. But Liliana and Kolaghan's Command, 2 of my better cards, and Terminate, which we can already cast. Bloodbraid's a good hit. I think I'm gonna play the Mountain. If they do have the Temple into Thought-Knots here, I'll probably just terminate it anyway. Please don't be Reshaper. Chalice. That's fine. We've got a Kolaghan's Command for that. Pulse is a good pickup. We still need to find the land, though. Definitely didn't get the Liliana into play here. If they have, like, Temple into a Reality Smasher, I suppose I'll just get Gut. I think I actually want to discard the Maelstrom Pulse here. I don't think I'm ever ditching Bloodbraid. It's going to be great with a green source. Same about Goyf. Kolaghan's Command, again, one of the better cards in the matchup. Terminate kills anything. Yeah, it's weird, but I think I'm ditching Pulse. Discard another Chalice. Chalice I don't think is that good against me. Like, it gets rid of, like, Bolt, Push, and, like, the various discard spells, but none of those cards are close to the best cards in the matchup. Now you have Reshaper, Brutal. We missed the land again. I could Edict this thing. It doesn't feel good, but I guess I have to. I want to save Terminate for something bigger, and I want to save Kolaghan's Command for artifacts. let's just hope they don't flip another Reshaper. If they flip another Reshaper, I'll be kind of forced to kill this. They flipped Karn the Great Creator. Alright, well that's good. That's good that we've got the Kolaghan's command. And then they're going to get to Karn. If they don't complete the Tron, they can't actually play what they get off of Karn yet. So maybe I just want to cast the Kroxa to get it out of the hand. I think it's more likely I just want to hold up Terminator Kolaghan's command, because if they play a creature, I'm not forced to Edict the Liliana on top of playing Goyf if I find the green. Yeah, me and land's not best friend. I've had some pretty strange land situations recently. I'm playing 23 lands, 4 Bobs, 1 Ren, and 6. It's like some games I get flooded, and then some I don't find any land. I think that's just me being unlucky, but who knows. Yep. What do you want to find? Sorcerer Spyglass. Yeah. Alright, well, I kind of have to save the Kolaghan's command for that, so that way I can continue activating the Liliana. They're going to get to minus again, though, which is pretty problematic. I really needed to find the green in my first 4 cards, because then I would have been able to pressure the Karn, but like as is, I don't think I can afford to use this Kolaghan's command here. Finally hit it, which is some good news. I guess now I'm going to cast Bloodbraid Elf, because that can attack the Karn down. So let's plus first so the opponent discards without the information. And then I guess I'm just going to ditch the Kroxa now. Every other card in my hand does something. They do have Scavenger Grounds, which is annoying. Only 2 ways to play Magic. Land flooded or land screwed. Yep, that's my biography. Get out of here with that emote, Ian. Alright, so they discarded second Karn, which maybe they would not have done had I done it in a different had I done this in a different order. So pretty glad I did it in this order. I don't want to get Basic Forest because that doesn't escape Kroxa. I do know they've got Scavenger Grounds. We've already got 3 red. Let's make it 3 black as well. Alright, so they can Spyglass, name Liliana, but we've got the Kolaghan's command for it. So we want not a 1-drop here. Sure. In before Baloth. I'm anti-Tron emotes. Is that an anti-Tron? I just says Tron. Oh, I see they're at X now. You gotta forget I'm colorblind. So I didn't see the red on top of green at first. Alright, let's kill this Karn. Alright. We hit the green source at our last possible moment. There's the Spyglass, yep. Blame Kevin? I'll blame Kevin. I'll make sure to blame him next time he stops by. Or I go by his stream. So I'm feeling okay here. If their last 2 cards aren't ridiculous, I could be okay. But, I mean, their last 2 cards have to be something good, right? Because, we know they ditched a Karn to a Kroxa. Alright, so they can't actually take my Terminate and my Kolaghan's command. So I'm going to be able to kill the Thought-Knot at a minimum. Yeah, and they take that, which makes sense, because I would just kill the Spyglass and Edict the Thought-Knot with the Liliana that's in play. Thoughtseize is good, but they've got the Chalice, so I'm going to have to wait until that leaves. I guess let's lead on Terminate. And then we could also cast Tarmogoyf unless I find something better to do. Well, that doesn't do anything in the face of a Spyglass, so let's cast the thing that I can. Unfortunately, there's a Scavenger Grounds. But, I mean, I'm not going to not cast the thing that I can. I mean, these other 2 cards are actually just shut off, so I only have 1 play that does something. Reshaper. What a stupid card. Can I draw my other Kolaghan's command, please? Why haven't they popped Scavenger Grounds yet? Ooh, Bloodbraid's good. This costs 2 to activate. I guess they know that I don't actually have the extra card in the yard yet. So, like, if I were to put a card in the yard, they could then just respond. I mean, I guess I'm casting the Bloodbraid. That was a good hit. Please no 1-drop. Or Liliana. Alright, well this will get countered. At least it's another card on the yard for Kroxa, which may just force them to pop the Scavenger Grounds. Is there a world where I'm not attacking? You're doubt on man. They're tight on mana. Doubt they want to lose land. That's not really even the case though, right? Because if they pretty much everything in their deck costs 4 or less, counting this temple as 2. So like it's really only like 6 mana Ugin that they can't cast right now. Like they can't cast, I guess, whatever they get off of a Karn if they immediately draw a Karn. I'm not sure that I'm attacking here, although it's probably stupid to not attack. Yeah, let's attack. I'm not going to attack with this because they get to eat it for free. Go to 14. Hope they don't flip something stupid. Reality Smasher. That's kind of stupid. Or they should definitely pop this now, because if they don't, I'm getting a Kroxa back. Yeah, this is kind of like what I was saying, right? Like they're not really short on mana, because for all of their like actual creature spells, this makes 2. Be back in like 10 seconds. Alright, we hit another goat. Still can't Thoughtseize. Liliana still turned off. I guess I'm casting my goat. Attacking for 3. Maybe I should cast the Thoughtseize just to grow the Tarmogoyfs. And then, like, same can be said about casting Liliana, right? Yeah, you say cast it as well. Yeah, I mean, I guess I do it, right? I'm not losing 2 here. So yeah, maybe I should have done that first, just so I could attack for another 1, because I can't block, right? So yeah, I probably should have had him at 12 now. I mean, I guess I can cast this Liliana and then just not attack with anything in hopes to triple block this thing. I would love to just find my Kolaghan's Command and turn this other Liliana on. Because like I need to get rid of this Spyglass. It's like Maelstrom Pulse would do it, Kolaghan's Command would do it. I think that's it. Yep. This is gonna be rough. I mean, I can attack this down. So if I can kill the Spyglass right now, I might have a shot. But it needs to be Decay or it needs to be Kolaghan's Command, I believe. I guess Bloodbraid into one of those 2 would be good as well. Obviously better. Crypt? Sure. Not really worried about that. This gives me a window. Holy crap, we hit it. Holy crap. Alright, so we can have the opponent discard, shatter the Spyglass. We can then Edict away the Smasher and attack down the Karn. Right? So you'll discard a card. Let's kill the thing that turns off Liliana. Yeah, so you're saying there's a chance. That's what I'm saying. They ditched and all is dust. Wow. Alright, kill that. Alright, so they could Tormod's Crypt us, and which would have artifact, creature. Yeah, so if they crypt us, our glyphs are still good. If they crypt themselves, we're still attacking for 2. Do I want to hold a glyph back to not just die to a smasher? I don't think I can afford to do that. I think I have to take the highest line, upside line, which is not give them time to find action. Because like if I leave a glyph back to block a smasher, is that even a game where I'm winning anyway? Definitely killing Karn. Like the question is, do I send this at them? I think I do. I'll die to exactly another smasher off of the top, but I think that's the only thing that bites me here. They've used 1 already. Yep, hit you to 9. Because this has them dead next turn with the attack all. Because they've just added Planeswalker. So this is 9, 3/3/3. Did they actually hit it? Ballista? Okay, so they could, I guess, block, kill, take another... I guess they're going to add artifact, so they're going to take 4. Etron never whiffs. I feel like that's accurate. I played against an opponent a couple of days ago where they just like... They drew the 6th land exactly on time to cast Ugin, and they just like never drew another land. It was so tilting. Oh, that was good. I guess I just cast that. I'm drawing hot, I will admit. We've already got Planeswalker in the yard, so I don't think there's a reason to plus this Liliana right here. Hit a Wildfire. I guess we can take him off of Tron. It's probably just better to hit him off of a Temple. I mean, they're gonna have 5 mana for Eldrazi no matter what anyway. Just like Endbringer is cut off. Let's just go after a Tron land. Another Wildfire. Demonstrate a loop. Alright, so an attack all should be good. These are 4/5s now. So they can like block, shoot, they take 7. Is there any way I can add types? I don't think that there is. Now am I actually able to play around Reality Smasher? If I attack all and leave back like a Bloodbraid, they could still block, shoot this, take 7, so that wouldn't play around Smasher. If I attack, leave back a Goyf, we're hitting for a combined 10, so they are forced to block. So I think I can play around the Reality Smasher now. I'm able to afford it. If I attack all, I don't just win, right? Because they block, shoot this, they'd have to add a type. I guess they do add creature, right? So yeah, attack all works. Yeah, attack all works. Good eyes. Because yeah, they add creature, which makes Goyf grow. Yep. So Goyfs are going to connect for 6 apiece because they also don't have creature yet. Yeah, edicting would have worked too. There are a lot of ways to cut it, but I always forget that the first step is check for lethal. I usually get there. I usually get there eventually. That Kolaghan's command was real clutch though. It had to be that or Pulse, and Kolaghan's command was the better of the two. Because that ate the card out of the opponent's hand too, which is all is dust, which was also going to kill us. I think I'm resubmitting. Am I able to keep this? I don't think I am. This hand just doesn't do enough, right? We've got turn 2 Bob, which I guess is a thing. But like Croaks doesn't actually stick around. Push doesn't kill enough of their stuff. I think this is a ship. Doesn't feel great, but I think I got a ship. Yeah, I don't like Damping Sphere versus Eldrazi Tron. Because all of their stuff is perfectly castable, just tapping each land for 1. This is better. Like I think Wildfire is better than Damping Sphere because A, it draws a card, and B, there are other cards that we care about killing. Other lands that we care about killing. I think I'm bottoming either Bolt or a land here. I think I'm bottoming the Bolt. Like Scavenger Grounds we care about killing if there's ever a good window to do so. And Blast Zone I think is the bigger consideration to play Wildfire. Bloodbraid's a good pickup. Ravine on 1, go. Yeah, against regular Tron, I for sure bring it in. Well, hopefully they don't have the Tron on 3. I guess I could just play the Cleansing Wildfire to ensure it doesn't happen. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Because like if they have like a Dismember, it's such a tempo negative play. So I think what I'm going to do here is probably get Blood Crypt, and then next turn I can plan on getting Basic Swamp if I want to save life. So yeah, I'll Blood Crypt here. If they play like a Thought Knot or something, we've got multiple ways to kill it. So yeah, this 6 is turning out a lot better than how our 7 looked. And then I guess which one did they play more recently? Typically you're supposed to hit that, right? They played the Tower most recently, which is the one I would want to kill anyway, because if they complete the Tron, it makes more. Wildfire says draw a card must be good. I mean, any card, if you staple draw a card onto any card, it does instantly make it like a lot better. Oh, they have another Tower. Liliana. Should I just get the Liliana down? Getting Liliana down will be good because then next turn, if the opponent has a Thought-Knot Seer, we can kill the Thought-Knot Seer while continuing to develop our own plan. It's much weaker to if they have Temple into Reality Smasher, though. I mean, it feels like I gotta just get the Liliana working. Do I want to fetch a Swamp to save life? Probably. All of my spells are black and red anyway. I have lots of black and red. Let's ditch probably just Fatal Push at this stage. Everything else either attacks or kills something profitably without some kind of condition. Alright, that was another power plant. So let's hope they don't have Perfect Tron through a Wildfire. So if we staple draw... They have the Tron, of course. So if we staple draw card to all cards, we'll certainly make the whole game better. Yes, exactly. Well, I think I got unlucky, and then well, actually, I guess I didn't get unlucky, right? They just had multiples of every Tron land, right? So no real way around it. Liliana is a good card in the matchup. I could Gwaif here, but it doesn't actually outsize the Smasher yet. Yeah, they just like had the Tron 3 different ways. We can kill Eldrazi. We just really don't want to see the Planeswalker side of the deck. As I say that, here comes the Karn. They've got 5 mana here. If we find untapped land, we can Bloodbraid attack it down. They might just find the Ballista here to make sure that doesn't happen. Sky Sovereign? Jeez. Thud goes the boat. Untapped land, please. Damn it. I mean, I can hold up terminate, so if they crew this thing, I can terminate it. I guess, like, they can't actually kill the Goyf. They could get away to shrink the yard, though, and then they can kill the Goyf. If I play the Liliana, it just gets attacked. I think I have to hold up terminate and let them activate Karn again, which means I'm pretty sure I'm dead. I think I needed to hit the land there. Yep. Watch him just get the whatchamacallit. That's like a 7-11. Like kills a bunch of lands. That's the one. That kills 2 of my lands and I just can't come back. Brutal. I'll find my 4th land untapped is almost code for Vampiric Tutor for Blackleaf Cliffs. Feels like it, although we weren't even that lucky. We were very lucky game 2 to hit that 2-outer. That's my life in a nutshell. I can hit the 2-outers. I can't hit the 20-outers though. Yeah, it's like if we hit the land, we get to attack down the Karn, which is not even saying that we win. Like we still have to face down the Sky Sovereign, which I have the terminate for, but then I got to deal with whatever comes off the top of their deck. Like I had the Wildfire to take them off of Tron, but they had two of each of their Tron lands, except for the one that they played last. So I mean, there was just no good way to win that game. I don't think, even if I had hit the land. Should play Lutri Companion for the 1-outer situations. I forget which one Lutri is. Isn't that the flash thing? Like every card in your deck has to be unique or something? Oof. I mean, I gotta keep, right? We're on the draw. We've got Thoughtseize. Any green source makes us hand good. EDH and constructed, yeah. Oh gosh, is this Skred? Makes sense. Thank you, deck. I mean, at least we get to cast Liliana now. Oh, wow. Alright, let's take Nahiri, I guess. If I draw a green source, then it's bad. But I mean, even then, right, they've got Relic, so Goyf isn't good anyway. Let's just take Nahiri. Running 6 not going to be good in face of Relic either. We did hit it. I mean, it's probably better to still at least get the Planeswalker down. Any chance I'm going to get Blood Moons? Non-zero. Let's just get the Forest. It feels pretty free. The only thing it doesn't do is escape Kroxa, which isn't really a factor in the face of Relic anyway. And then they're just going to snipe my land out of the yard with the Relic. Maybe they aren't playing Moon. So we would normally have the combo, but the Relic is making it unsupported. Would love to just pitch lands and buy them back immediately. More Blood Crypts, of course, of course. Like, I could pulse the Relic just to, like, try to get the combo going, which I might do next turn. I'm going to pitch a Blood Crypt, try to buy it back, but we know it's not going to work. I guess no Nahiri, please. We've got the pulse for it, so it wouldn't be the worst. Really don't think I want to use the pulse on the relic just to get this engine going. It feels like it might be the only thing to do, though. The thing is, like, if they play another Nahiri, I'm going to need an answer to it, or really just any permanent. I guess I just continue symmetrically plussing this Liliana. Ditch Blood Crypt again. I guess I could ditch Tarmogoyf. Tarmogoyf isn't doing a lot in the face of the relic anyway. No, that can't be correct. Thing is, though, like, if I ditch the Goyf, at least next turn I have the option to activate the Raging Ravine off of Blood Crypt, and that kind of actually seems attractive. Let's just ditch the Goyf. It's just not doing anything. They've got the On Thin Ice and this relic. Continue plussing. Tarma might force a relic crack. Hardly, but I mean, yeah, it's true. Like they can't continuously hit both yards, right? So it's possible playing Goyf forces this. But I like being able to attack next turn. They might just be some, like, prison style deck. They are playing Moon. Alright, well, I need to draw basic Swamp now. A little late, bud. I mean, I can ultimate next turn, which may be a way to get rid of the Moon. Now they kind of have to pop the relic if they don't want to give me a card back with the Wrenn. And then I think I'm ultimating this next turn anyway, so let's just get everything into play. We've got 2 Planeswalkers ready to ultimate, and I feel pretty behind. We've got On Thin Ice and something. So I could continue to plus the Liliana. Can I draw a basic Swamp, please? I could continue to plus the Liliana, so that way after the ultimate... Wrong basic. After the ultimate, I can continue doing stuff. I can continue plussing. But that doesn't seem very useful. Like, if I can get rid of the Blood Moon now, maybe I can start doing something. So there's probably a lot of stuff that would punish me for not ultimating now. Like, I could get Glory Bringer. That seems like something this deck would play. Like, it could also just get bolted. I think I should probably just go for the ultimate. I'll split it Blood Moon. I could just split it Blood Moon and lands. Stomp. They didn't want to stomp me before? Sure. Definitely putting Moon over here. I think I'm just going to do that, to be honest. Leaving it with lands is risky. But, I mean, if they want to keep the Moon... Like, this Moon is so good. Yeah, let's just do this. Sweet. Alright, so we can get basic Swamp now. Make future Moons worse. Hopefully they don't bolt this, but I'm assuming they don't have the bolts. I think they would have probably prevented Liliana from ultimating. Maybe I should have, like, put a land with the Moon. Interesting. I guess I shouldn't have plussed the Planeswalker yet. Ask for basic Monkey Paw Curls. Thanks, deck. Alright, so I can decay... I can Maelstrom Pulse this, or better yet, just use Liliana. Keep chugging along. See if they want to respond to this in any way. Sure. I can just ditch the land and buy it back. The ultimate does actual nothing. I guess I can have a pulse for every single... I think I'm going to be greedy here. Just buy back the land. And then I can get other basic swamp to deploy Bob. Now I'm feeling comfortably ahead. We can buy that back. As I say, as we get our last basic out of the deck, brittle. Cool. Alright, so red, white, prison, or something. I think I like the cleansing wildfires. It's a way for us to get out from under Blood Moon. We saw the Emrakul package, or probably the Emrakul package. We saw Nahiri. Don't think I want any of this stuff. Renin 6 not looking great. It looked good there, but only because we were so far ahead already, I think. I guess double black spells make me nervous in the face of Blood Moon. Kolaghan's Command actually looking like it's not going to do a lot. But they are playing like some kind of like red-white hate bears. Not hate bears, like prison strategy, so maybe they're artifacts we need to pop. It's close. They're playing Helix, Bolt, and Stomp. Those are all probably reasons to shave on Bobs. It's a lot of stuff that kills Bob. Helix probably means Chalice. Didn't we see Bolt as well? I might be crazy, but I thought we saw a Bolt. We definitely saw a Stomp, so that may also be an indicator of Chalice. You could be right. I could have sworn they played a Bolt, though. I might be crazy. I wish there was a Control F. You don't recall seeing a Bolt? Yeah, I mean, Chalice could definitely be a thing, which is another reason to bring it to keep in the Kolaghan's commands. Maybe we just cut like an Inquisition. They're pretty bad draws late game. Let's give this a go. Ashiok stops the Nahiri ultimate. It does do that, but that seems like a pretty niche use. Let's keep this. We've got the Renin 6 and the ways to get all of our basics. We have to get a red source with this the first go, though, right? Yeah, it's definitely worth considering Paid Evil. Or Pad Evil. But I mean, if I'm using it to stop specifically one thing, it feels less worth it. Ooh, that's a good draw. It's gonna be a little painful though. I guess I can Fetch Shock Blood Crypt, cast Thoughtseize. Next turn I can play Peatland, play Renin 6, then buy this back and try to get her basics out. Seems fine. It's gonna be pretty painful. They did Mulligan once. They've got Bone Crusher, Wildfire, Mind Stone, and some lands. Don't think I'm taking the Mind Stone. Wildfire isn't that good. I guess it's just Bone Crusher then. Yup. The Flagstones and Cleansing Wildfire ramp combo kind of does the same as Mind Stone in that they both serve as 2 mana acceleration. So that was the reason I didn't really consider taking the Wildfire. I guess I save 1 life by just playing this, but I will have netted on total life loss the second time I use the Peatland. So let me just shock this in. Alright, and then this will attempt to get my basics before they find a Blood Moon. Oof. Well, that kills the Wrenn. I can pulse the Koth, which I feel like I kind of have to do. Drawing a basic is nice, at least, because if the opponent finds the Blood Moon exactly now, we'll at least have all of our basics to get out from under it. Tome is really good for them. Ooh, Goyf's really good for us. Let's Goyf and Bob. If they've got a burn spell, that would be an easy way to kill the Bob. So I could just Bob and hope one of them lives. But I think playing a Goyf is probably going to be good because if they've got another Koth, this could be a way to stonewall the animated land. Yeah, Koth does kill Wrenn and 6 real cleanly. They're scrying upkeep. Well, they're not drawing a card, so that's good. They bottomed. Rest in Peace is going to make Goyf a lot worse. We've got a Bob in play, so that's good. We hit a Thoughtseize. Yeah, I guess that's castable. They've got Wildfire, Helix, Kozilek's Return. I think I'm just taking the Lightning Helix. Thing is, I can't play second Bob into Kozilek's Return, so maybe I just take that. But double Bob with the opponent having lots of burn in the deck feels like a pretty dangerous situation to be in. So maybe I just take this Helix, because if they want to stop this Bob, they're going to have to Kozilek's Return on their own turn anyway. Yeah, I'll take the Helix. And then, is there anything that I would want to cast off of just 2 mana? Guess there's no point in waiting. Push. Alright, attack for 2. Again, I'm not going to play second Bob because then both would get Kozilek's returned. This Tome is a headache and a half, though. This cantrips as well, so they've got a lot of resources just on the table. Yep. So there's one card we don't know about. The worst case, I guess, would be Bone Crusher. Cleansing Wildfire of our own. That doesn't really do anything right now. And then I guess I'll play the Mire to enable Revolt if we need to enable Revolt. They're just going to draw a card here. Pretty bad for me. I mean, Goyf and Kroxa being shut off is big game. I think I'm going to have to find Blood Braids to develop a significant clock. Brutal. Oh, well, that's what our Cleansing Wildfire does. Cool. I don't think I'm fetching. I'll probably just want to keep Revolt available. Alright, well, I guess I'll just push whatever land they animate here. Please be this one. Alright, well, we get to cut him off with white, right? Should I cast the Terminate? I probably just use the push. I don't know that they're playing like Glorybringer or something, but Terminate can kill Glorybringer if that becomes a thing. Do I want to fetch here? If they play a Blood Moon, maybe I just get the second black source now. Am I gonna need double red for any reason? I guess this is the reason right here. Yeah, I'll just get probably Stomping Ground. So we can kill this mountain to get our Bob back. More lands. Not exactly what we're hoping for. Then if they turn another land into another creature, I might just want to terminate it. Do they have the Glorybringer for real? Batterskull, jeez. What am I drawing to? If I terminate the mountain, it puts them back to 3 mana, but I might need to just kill the germ. Yeah, let's kill the germ. Doesn't feel great. If I draw like a Kolaghan's Command, it's going to make me feel really stupid. How about 2 more lands? That doesn't feel good either. I guess I'm attacking the cost, because like otherwise they just ultimate it and then these mountains ping stuff forever. So I like have to attack. Why can't this be like one of those other games where I could never draw a land? I think this game was very winnable had I drawn a little bit better. A little too many lands for comfort. What about Valakut and Dryad in this list? That's interesting. I mean, we don't really have ways to realistically tutor whichever half of the combo that we're missing. So I feel like that's kind of, if you're going to support that, you've got to change a lot else, and at that point it's a completely different deck. Although, if you're going to draw as many lands as I do, then maybe, right? Alright. We're pretty dead here. I guess I could go to 1. Just play Jund Titan, yeah. This Bob is probably going to kill me at this point. Because again, the expected value of life loss is like 1 point something. It's okay, there'll be another land on top, right? Oh, there's the Kolaghan's Command. You tease. I don't think I can make any changes other than try to draw better. I could bring in Plague Engineer for Elemental to make their 4/4s 3/3s. That doesn't seem like it does a lot. Let's just resubmit. Let me just try to not draw a lot of land. I wonder if the opponent boards out their on thin ices after seeing us bringing in Wildfire. I mean, had I blocked, or sorry, had I killed the mountain instead of the germ, I would, I guess, still be at 5. I could then block with Bob. No, I still have to attack with Bob, though, right? Because then otherwise they're thing ultimates. But then I drew Kolaghan's Command. That could have dealt with the actual Batterskull. Unless they just bounced into their hand with the ability. So, I mean, if I had I killed the other creature, I was like a few more percent to win. But it's still very behind. Because, like, we would have been maybe at parity with me at, like, 3 versus their deck full of burn. And they would still have their Maze Mind Tome in play and still have their Mind Stone in play. It wasn't looking good. Quick test, can I tell what Koth's ultimate does without looking it up? Yeah, it makes it so mountains ping for 1 damage to any target, right? Well, yeah. What I was saying, Element, is if I had killed the other creature, we at least have outs because like, if we find a way to kill the artifact, which we would have ended up doing, we would have hit Kolaghan's command. Then maybe we can get back to at parity. But I still think even at parity, like we would have been at I think exactly 4 because we were at 8. We would have gotten hit for 4 down to 4. So we wouldn't be dead to 1 burn spell, but we're dead to like Koths off the top. We're dead to multiple burn spells off the top. And the opponent still had a bigger hand than us and 2 cards charged in play because like they still had the Maze Mind Tome and the Mind Stone. So we were still very, very behind, but at least we would have had outs. Yeah, that sounds fine. Scared of a Blood Moon. I think this is probably going to want to get basics because we're scared of Blood Moon. So I'll Black Leaf Cliffs on 1. Alright, so hoping to draw a way to get either basic swamp or basic forest, so I know what to get with this one. Alright, well, we're not getting Blood Mooned yet. I should still probably just use this now. I think basic forest probably more important, because that's going to enable us to cast things like Goyfs and Bloodbraids through a Blood Moon. So let's get a forest here. And then Goyf still dies to all of their burn spells, so I think I'm going to take the higher upside line, which is Dark Confidant. Hope they can't kill it. It's pretty likely they get to kill it. But hopefully they can't. Scred. Alright, so maybe no Chalices then. We also just like haven't seen Chalice yet. Alright, here's a Goyfopotamus. Go. I could have Shocked to keep up Bolter Push, but that kind of gives it away, and like I doubt there's something I want to Bolter Push here. Our hand's good. If we can hit 4th land untapped, we can get into Bloodbraid. Alright, well now we kind of have to get into Bloodbraid. Damn it. I could pulse the Rest in Peace to try to turn Goyf back on. I think that's the plan. I mean, it uses my mana this turn, not well. But I mean, this Rest in Peace is going to turn the Goyf off forever, so at least this way maybe we can turn it back on and turn it into a card again. Alright, they got basic mountain with their Arid Mesa instead of a plane, so this tells me probably no Blood Moon coming soon. Got the Koth. Brutal. Smack me for 4. Or it's on thin ice, yeah. Come on, untapped land. Come on, deck. This is my luck today. I think every time I've kept a 3-lander in hopes of hitting 4th land in the top 4 or 5, I just like haven't hit it. One of those days. I can explain that in a moment. So like, when you kill a Rest in Peace, like all of the effects of the spell on the stack must resolve, and then the final part of a spell resolving is putting it into the graveyard. So you put Abrupt Decay or Maelstrom Pulse on the stack, right? You kill a Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace dies at the same time Rest in Peace is in play, so it sees itself as it leaves and therefore goes to exile. So when it goes into exile, your Maelstrom Pulse is still in the stack because it's still resolving, and then when it sees that there's nothing else to do, it then finishes resolving. There's not a Rest in Peace in play, and it goes to the yard. I hope that makes sense. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. That's how I had it explained to me. Untapped land, please. Untapped land, please. I'm telling you, man. My luck is something else. L2 can confirm that's how it works. Cool. Do I push this? Probably. Or I guess they just have something to do with their mana anyway. Batterskull. Alright, well I have to kill the Germ, right? Because I need the Bloodbraid to be able to attack. Alright, so I mean, if Bloodbraid hits something good, maybe we have a shot here. Like, we need to hit, like, what, a Kolaghan's command to deal with the Batterskull. Keep the Nahiri off of ultimate. We hit a Bolt. I can shoot the Karn down. Sorry, Koth. Attack the Nahiri down to 5. I think that's the play. And then, I guess, play the land. Alright, I mean, Bolt was fine. We got to clear a walker and save ourselves from the other one. Yeah, I mean, Bolt was probably the least good of our good hits. So, like, Bolt was fine. Yeah, classic Jund, says Ollie. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so Nahiri goes down, which means maybe our Ravine can connect with it to finish it off. If this is another Koth... Yeah, attack for 4. I mean, we can activate the Ravine to kill one of the walkers. There's the land. I kind of feel like I have to kill the Koth here. I mean, they're going to plus the Nahiri up to 5, which the Ravine can kill the following turn. As long as they don't have Skred or Bolt, we should be okay. I mean, if they have Skred or Bolt, there's not much I can do. Alright, so let's kill the Koth. Oops. Red. Alright, if you have Skred or a Bolt, GG. Kill the Koth. Alright, well that worked. I mean, I still have to get lucky here. They can pay 3 to put Batterskull back into their hand, and on the following turn replay it. They ditched a Nahiri. Interesting. I mean, again, hopefully they don't have a Skred or something. I mean, even an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize would be good here, because we could at least clear the way to make sure this works. But, I mean, I don't have another play, so I'm just going to jam it and hope it works out. Wow. Raging Ravine, Planeswalker Assassin. Batterskull getting boinged. Yep. Ravine's going the distance. I mean, we need other stuff to do. Like, we can't just sit here activating Ravine forever. Oh, alright, can we hit Kolaghan's command? Kolaghan's command? Well, I mean, they can't attack with the germ for as long as we have the 5/5 available. Is there any world where we flip the race just because this like gains counters every time? I think we gotta just hold back. Maybe Valakut ain't so bad. I mean, if you're drawing like me, see, I'll miss the land on the turn that I need it, and then as soon as I like run out of stuff to do, then it's only lands. Man, Kolaghan's command would have been sick. I don't think I can attack. I think I have to block. I don't think we're winning this race though, because this is lifelink. Like we attack for, so with the lifelink, so we're effectively attacking for 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 5. That's 13. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 5 turns worth of attacks, and they hit us and they kill us in 4. So we're not winning this race. We just need them to draw lands while we draw spells. Not the case, though. Remember, they're gaining 4 every time. I don't know if you factored that in. 10, 15... Well, because remember, so we're going to attack for 2 first. We're gonna go up to 3 counters, which is 6, but minus 4 is 2. But it's the 5th hit that would kill them. It's not the 4th hit, right? Because it's 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 is 4 hits, which is 13. They're at 15. It's the 5th hit that kills them. That's assuming they don't get any life between now and then, which they would because they'd be attacking. Come on, deck. I mean, I guess we get to attack the Nahiri and force them to redeploy their Batterskull. They already have the mana to bounce it here. So I'm assuming they're going to block. Yeah, I'm going to play the land because the next turn, you're right, I can double activate. Bounce the Batterskull. Yep, and then it's unlikely we're going to actually be able to connect, so at least we'll have the Bolt to prevent the ultimate. Watch us just get Blood Mooned. Blood Moon kills Ravine, right? Alright, they're hitting a lot of lands. At a minimum, they have Batterskull. Yep. And I do think I should bolt the Nahiri now, because if I hit a land, it's probably worth double activating the Ravine, even though we know it's getting blocked. Which means if I'm double activating Ravine next turn, that means I won't have the mana for the bolt. So I should probably just bolt now, because we know it's getting blocked. Them playing this might have been a punt though, right? Because now if we draw Kolaghan's command, they don't have the mana to activate this in response. I still think I have to bolt now. So this is a window to draw Kolaghan's command and have it be very good. I guess if they have Moon, maybe we want double black. I don't think it's really going to matter that much. I guess at this point it's basically free to get my next swamp, so let's just do it. Like, we've already got double red, double green for double activation. Come on, Kolaghan's command. Jeez. Alright, well, we can double activate. This shaves the turn off of the clock, but I mean, it's probably better to still get the double counters. And for those who haven't seen this trick before, Raging Ravine is the only manland that is templated like this. It gains the ability of getting a counter when it attacks with each activation. So every time you activate it, it regains the ability. Alright, so we'll attack Nahiri, get 2 counters. Why can't Jund draw this bad against my control decks? Because you haven't played against me. I'm the one who draws bad, not Jund players. They also play Cleansing Wildfire. The moment they draw that, we can't win either. There it is. Nahiri back up to 7. They also liked the card in their hand, so yeah, that feels bad. I guess they like the card in their hand. We could take it. Sure. So we're gonna go to 7, and then next turn we're gonna get Emrakul. Am I saying man a lot? I don't even know. I'm so accurate when it comes to putting cards in their hand. Yeah. I'm really good at calling shots, just not for me. Here's a land. Yeah, okay. There you go. Everyone happy now? Holy crap. Holy crap. Jeez. Alright, well, we're 2-2 now. Started off real strong. I'm starting to think I should play like 5 lands. Total. Always make them have it. They can draw Emmy on that turn, I guess. But even if I like make them have it, if they don't just draw the Emrakul, I'm still just dying the next turn. Because like at that point, they're plussing the Nahiri up to 9, or they was already at 9. They plus it to 11. Even if I draw Bloodbraid or a Bolt, I only put it down to 8, and they just do it again. So I was on actual 0 outs there, I think. Like, I suppose there's a world where they like hit the Emrakul twice in a row, and while they hit it twice in a row, I hit like back-to-back Bloodbraids. That'd be about the only way I win. Which I suppose is possible, but I'm not about to waste everyone's time on that 0.000000001%er. It was a fun one, at least, right? We got one. Guess I can take this time to thank everyone for sticking around. We had a pretty big raid earlier, and most of y'all, looks like most of y'all stuck around, so thanks for that. If you're not already following, you definitely should for more content like this. I upload all of my leagues to my YouTube channel. My channel is linked to this Twitch page, and you can also just like search the name right here if you really wanted. I do primarily Jund mid-range, but I've got other stuff like Jund Shadow. And every once in a while, Grixis Shadow. And recently had some people asking me to play Rock and Abzan, so I did some of that. Alright, it looks like we're playing against the boogeyman of the format, which is Heliod. Let's bolt the bird. No threat of my own. Gonna have to find one. Yeah, if I had BB into a burn spell, I'm alive. Still behind, but alive. Brutal. This isn't normal for Heliod, right? Maybe they're just not playing Heliod? I guess we have to find out. If this is Ponza, I'm gonna have a lot less fun. I feel like I always find a Ponza player in round 5. Alright, that's Ponza. They've got Bolt, 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 Bone Crusher. Let's take Bone Crusher. I guess let's get Verdant down. I may need to fetch my basics. I guess I'll go basic, Maelstrom Pulse the Renin 6. Hopefully they didn't find a Haymaker here. It looks like they haven't. Alright, so let's get a basic here. And then I'll get basic Forest. And that way I don't just die to a Blood Moon. I've got the Terminate if they find like a Gargaroth or a Glorybringer, so I can pretty comfortably just pulse this Renin 6. Got a lot of bolts. Best draws now are probably things like Kroxa, Bloodbraid, Dark Confidant less so because we know about triple bolts. We want to dodge things like Seasoned Pyromancer and Bloodbraids of the opponents. Alright, so we can, I guess, Inquisition here. I doubt they're going to triple bolt us. Ocean Infinity, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Alright, so they still have just a bunch of bolts. I could Shock here to hold up a spell, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I think like the only reason that Shocking here would be beneficial is if they draw like exactly Glorybringer, then I kind of gain 2, but I think that's the only thing that would make me want to Shock. They played... Oops. Come on. Alright, they played a Windswept Heath. Come on, action. Come on, action. Goyf would be best, I guess. More lands. I mean, I'm not doing anything, but neither are they. They got all the stomping grounds, yep. Come on, keep on bricking. I don't want to see Bloodbraid and I don't want to see Seasoned Pyromancer. Those would be the worst two. Pillage the Forest. That's our only green too. Yep. This is when we draw the Bloodbraid, right? Right after they get rid of our forest. What's the opposite of luck? I'm telling you, I just have the strangest form of luck. Maybe it's time to go to bed. It's like 2 in the afternoon. Oh my god. Alright, well I guess I'm terminating. I mean, I guess I could just untap though. I mean, if I find Liliana, it's gonna make me wish I hadn't terminated. But like, if I am able to cast this Bloodbraid and I don't hit a way to kill this, I want to attack with the Bloodbraid. That's a good one. That could be how we get there. We can escape it already. We've got double swamp, so if they Blood Moon us, we can still cast it. Their hand is just double bolts. They might just bolt me twice. Or just restart the day. Yeah, bolt me twice, you take 3, I guess. Alright, so this... Okay. At the risk of calling a shot for the opponent again, this is when they draw the Seasoned Pyromancer. Yes, this is game 1. If you see right here, it says game 1. Holy crap, they hit a land. So you're telling me there's a chance after all of this. Alright. Let's get Croaks into play. It just doesn't matter, right? What I keep? I guess there's a world where I want to keep Basic Forest if I find a Renin 6. Alright. I mean, this is in one-shot range. Because again, they can't cast... They can't... If they play a card out of their hand, they're going to take 3 just from the attack. Yeah, the opponent is somehow drawing worse than me, which feels pretty hard to do. Yeah, Croaks is gonna be hard to defeat. Oh my god, this has gotta be the weirdest league. This is league number 80 that I've recorded. This has gotta be the most bizarre league that I've played. Jeez. Alright, well I'm gonna play Cleansing Wildfire to get out from a Blood Moon. Engineer is good for naming Elemental. I like shaving the Lilianas versus Blood Moons because double black is a pretty big liability, and also Seasoned Pyromancer makes the Edicts look pretty bad. Cling might be fine because they do play some graveyard stuff like Pyromancer. Yeah. I've played this is the 80th league, and I think this has got to be one of the more bizarre ones. On the draw, I think I can pretty easily / comfortably cut Bob versus the Stomp and Lightning Bolt deck. Let's just cut 2. I think I'm cutting a Kolaghan's Command as well. This just doesn't really kill a lot. There aren't really any artifacts. Having the opponent discard a card could even be a liability, right? Because like they could play Baloth or something stupid. Like return a creature and Shock are probably the best 2 modes on this. I think I'm just gonna play this. I could definitely see cutting an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize because like in a mid-range battle, which this game often is, like these are just really bad draws. Whereas Kolaghan's Command may be better. I guess let's cut a push. Yeah, this is so bizarre. I don't think I've ever called as many shots correctly in a row for the opponent while simultaneously never drawing a land. Yeah, sounds good. We don't have a way to get our Basic Forest, but if they do have the Blood Moon, we can at least stop it. You can picture things getting more and more out of control as the leagues go on. Marty completely loses it. Yeah, eventually I'm just gonna be like out of it, you know? I don't know how much longer I can continue this. They've got double Pillage Bloodbreed? Holy moly. Alright, well. Looks like I might get okey-doked. Pillage isn't even that common anymore, right? Like out of Ponza? So if they find the land here, they get the Bloodbraid. Can I somehow get lucky? Haha! Haha! Another Bloodbraid. Jesus. Alright, I guess I want to play a Bob. I can cast Kroxa next turn to have them discard their last thing. Thing is, if I play a Bob, do I really want to block? Probably not. But having Bloodbraids of my own probably makes me incentivized to block, because if I get to the point where I'm casting these, I can maybe start pulling ahead. It's like if the Cascade here isn't ridiculous, like if it's like another Utopia Sprawl or the thing that untaps. Okay, Bolt. Alright, alright. Yeah, like if they just hit like another dorky thing, I probably would have just blocked. Alright, so they didn't play a land this turn, so their hand's 2 spells. Alright, well that at least means we're gonna get to start casting Bloodbraids, assuming we don't get pillaged. No Baloth, please. Fingers are crossed. They're pausing the game to take a screenshot of the Baloth they're about to put into play. Discard a Karn the Great Kitty. This is not in any way a traditional list. They don't usually... I haven't seen them play Karn super often, and Pillage has kind of been weaned out. They hit a Pyromancer. Of course, of course. Why would you not have hit a Pyromancer? Alright, well, I mean, maybe I can Bloodbraid into a Pulse. Get rid of these 2 Bloodbraids. Remember, Pulse is going to resolve before my Bloodbraids resolve, so I would actually get to keep my Bloodbraid around if I hit it off a Cascade. So I do plan on tapping this land twice. So, I mean, shocking now is actually the same amount of life loss, so let's just shock it. And then try to hit a Maelstrom Pulse for these 2 Bloodbraids. We had a Goyf. Goyf's good too. That's a stone wall at least. I mean, they've got one card, one new card that they haven't been able to use yet because again they just root off of Pyromancer. So if their 2 fresh cards off the top aren't anything ridiculous, then maybe we can hope to begin stabilizing. But if they've got anything good, it's gonna be kind of hard. Okay, that's a land. Yeah, let's go triplets. What is this? Poison! You said triplets and they got triplets. What did they hit? Bone Crusher? So they just kill us, attack all, and we die, right? We block, take 5, 6. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, I got okie doked. I mean, I don't know that I could have done much differently other than mulligan for a different hand, but I mean, my hand was fine. Resubmit. God. What is life? What is life? I guess I'm keeping. I mean, Goyf is probably one of my better creatures in the matchup, but if they've got a relic, they look kind of silly. Is it worth it to really just like bottom 3rd Goyf? Because like I'm gonna need the Bloodbraid at the top. If they've got the ways to hate out the Goyf. Thing is, if they don't have the ways to hate out the Goyf, these Goyfs are gonna be excellent. I feel like I just have to bottom the 3rd Goyf. Play this tapped. I mean, I'm gonna get got by a Blood Moon, but I can't really afford to play around it by mulliganing to 5. I guess I could have shocked if they have the 1 mana creature as opposed to the enchantment, but them having the enchantment means that playing this tapped was a little better. Right on time. I guess I don't want to die to a Blood Moon, so I'll lead here. I don't want to die to a Pillage either. They've got Blood Moon and Arbor Elf. Alright, well, I guess I'll take the Moon. We can push the Arbor Elf. Oh, I don't want to yield in case they play the 1-drop. Did you draw another three mana spell? You did? Oh! Good night, everybody. No, I'm not going to end it there. Oh, my God. This league started great. I can draw Basic Forest. Basic Forest. Basic Forest. Everyone say it with me. Basic Forest. They've got the coding lock. It's over. Oh my god, I'm gonna gouge my eyeballs out. Not really. Don't flag me, YouTube. Oh. Oh my god. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Well, that was a league. That's got to be the weirdest league I've played. And I've recorded 80 of these. This is the 80th one. This has got to be the weirdest league. So anyway, if you're watching here live and you want to get some more leagues that are maybe more normal than this, so definitely follow my my YouTube channel. It's linked to Twitch, and you can find all of my social media accounts right here. But for now, I guess let's do a deck tech for purposes of the recording, because that's how I like to wrap these leagues out. Yeah, it went downhill as soon as you joined Nostalgia. You're banned. How do I ban someone? I don't actually have any mods, so I gotta figure out how to ban someone. Hey, Nostalgia, can you research that for me so I can ban you? Thanks. All right, let's do a deck tech. All right, so the deck overall it felt just fine. I think I kept like 5 3-land hands with like the intention of just like, well, I'll find a 4th land in the top 5, and just like didn't. And then there were like a few other games where I couldn't draw anything but land. I mean, this list feels fine. So like every time we had this Cling to Dust, it had a useful purpose. The 1 minute like removal spells, there's really not much to say about them. They're still just good to interact on 1 mana. There's a lot of stuff that you really need it for. Like the Burn is very popular right now, Prowess is very popular right now. And like even matchups like Ponzi, you need him to kill the 1 mana dork. So I mean, I had it pretty much every time that I needed it. I think I might actually want to reevaluate the 4-2 split here. I think the past few leagues, Thoughtseize has been on average better than Inquisition, so this might just be a time to bring back Thoughtseize as a 3 of, because there's a lot of Tron out there, there's a lot of combo out there, lots of control as well, and taking Cryptic Command versus those decks, as well as the Planeswalkers can be very important. You'll lose percentage points versus like all of the hyper aggro stuff, but in general, I think Thoughtseize might just be better than Inquisition right now. The Bobs have continued to be good. I think I played them in like 4 separate. I think I played them in 4 matches, and then probably like 8 or 9 total games, and they were good in basically all of them. The Wrenn 6 was just fine as the 5th copy of Dark Confidant. Again, I can't play 5 Confidants, so here's our Wrenn 6. The Glyphs were good. The Kroxa was great. We won a couple games because of Kroxa. The Ravines did well, so I still think probably playing 2 Ravines is correct. My mouse is dying on me here. It's losing its will to live too. Jeez. Alright, and then the Terminates were very good. I'm playing the 2 Terminates as opposed to Trophy and Decay because I think that the things that I need to kill most usually are big creatures, and we played against Eldrazi Tron where the Terminates were very good. And then obviously versus all the other decks seeking to play creatures, if a Decay is going to kill a 2-mana creature, Terminate does it just as well, but it also kills things like Stormwing and all of the Eldrazi, which we ended up actually playing against. So the Terminates were very good this league. We top decked a Kolaghan's Command in round 2, which was really, really insane. I think Kolaghan's Command is pretty excellently positioned right now. It's great versus all of the grindy stuff and the Tron decks. So I think Kolaghan's Command probably deserves at least 2 right now. The Pulse was good at a few different scenarios. We never multi for one with it, which is why the card is here. I think in a format where we're not really going to be able to multi one a good amount of the time, it's probably not worth playing Pulse just as a 3-mana kill a thing. Because 3 mana is a lot, and it's kind of slow, especially at sorcery speed. So, I mean, the Pulse was just fine here. It killed a couple Planeswalkers here and there, but a few other things do that job. So maybe the Pulse can be replaced. The Lilianas were very good. We drew a lot of Lilianas, and the Bloodbraids were great too. I mean, overall the list felt pretty fine. I think what I would probably change going forward, like I mentioned, I think I want to reevaluate this split, and I liked the Terminate. So I think this deck felt pretty smooth. I mean, you saw the league. We had some really, really strange land situations, and we had some very lucky opponents just like drawing nuts off the top. So yeah, I mean, the main deck felt fine. I think I'm going to do something pretty similar, probably with just this switch in the next league. And then the sideboard felt really good. I still think 3 Spell Bombs is where I want to be. I haven't been playing Ashiok super recently, but there are lots of combo decks running around, like Amulet Titan, that care about searching a lot. So Ashiok can be good there. And it's also, I think, just nice to have more Grave Hate. Previously, I'd only had 3 pieces of Grave Hate, and Ashiok is kind of pieces 4 and 5. And I know Dredge has been seeing a small uptick in play, so more Grave Hate is nice in that regard. And then we didn't bring in the Collected Brutalities, but I think there are plenty of matchups where they're good. Actually, we did bring them in once. And then the Damping Spheres, again, just for big mana. We didn't see any of the Damping Sphere matchups, I don't think. Like, we didn't see any, like, big mana combo. We didn't see any Storm. We didn't see any Titan. We didn't see any traditional Greentron. We did bring in the Wildfires a bunch. They were great. And we did bring in the Plague Engineers as well versus all the Ice Fang Quaddles, and it was very good there. So, again, I think this sideboard is probably still good. I don't have any ridiculously major complaints about this list, so I'm probably going to do something very similar in the next league. So until then, I'm going to end the recording there, but I'm going to hang out on stream for a little bit after the fact. So until next time, for y'all watching here on YouTube, have a good one and Jundam out.